Alrighty, here we go. It's the Sound of Music, right?
Sound of Music, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Julie Andrews? Is that her name?
Sure. Well, how's it going, guys? Andrew here.
And Connor.
Welcome to another reaction review for a new movie.
Ooh.
It's been a minute.
Oh my god, there's some movies out? That's
I know, right? I
crazy,
mean,
man.
they're not in theaters. This one actually is on Amazon Prime.
And it technically was in our theater for a
It was,
bit.
but like really fast, like we just missed it.
Most of America, probably not.
Sound of Metal.
Yes.
So,
Starring
starring the actor from Venom,
Riz Ahmed.
Riz Ahmed. No, actually, the amazing performance he has given Nightcrawler.
Oh, yes.
I joke about Venom, but
Venom.
Venom, gotta go get him.
Gotta go get him.
Anyways, yeah. So this film, is it? No, I assume you guys knew the plot, so it's not.
I knew, like, the basic sentence of the plot. So
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
So pretty much, he is a drummer,
Metal drummer.
a metal drummer who begins to become deaf.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it. And the movie just kind of, obviously, you can just kind of predict of how the movie's going to handle that.
Correct.
And what do we think?
I thought it was good. I thought the first couple acts were probably stronger than the third act, you know?
Yeah.
You're right, yeah. Straight up trash, as Caleb has said. But, no, I thought it was pretty good. I think I enjoyed it probably more than you and Akshay did. Shout out to Akshay, you watched it with us. Could not make it to the reviews. But,
That bitch.
I thought it was really strong visually and setting up its narrative early on, especially with who the person is, Riz Ahmed's character,
Yeah.
which his name is. Do you remember his name? His character name? Oh boy.
I don't remember
I'm
his
really
name.
bad with character names.
Yeah.
Hold up. His character name is Ruben.
Ruben.
Ruben
Duh,
and
'cause
Lou.
Ruben.
I remember Lou. Yeah.
Ruben.
But Ruben, yes. Ruben, don't really know much about his like family life.
You can base kind of everything off his tattoos.
Yeah, I mean
His-
he's a very
his life-
damaged individual.
Tells through his tattoos.
Yes, and his girlfriend, played by Olivia Cook, she's great.
In Ready Player One.
Yes, the Venom Ready Player One collab. But she's also very messed up and going through a lot of emotional and mental, psychological stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once, and it seemed like they didn't have a lot of money to begin with. So it was like seeing them really butt heads over the idea that they got to drop everything for him to get this help or treatment. And I thought that was really interesting, and everything regarding the treatment and where his location is and everything I thought was really great. But it just seemed to...
I think it's just too long.
Yeah, it was a little long, and I think once we get to where Ruben wants to go, from there on, it would have been really, like, impactful if, like, most of those final, like, 30 minutes were just, like, a concise 10 minutes of him, like, realizing what
Yeah.
he's done, you know? No spoilers. We're
Yeah.
not trying to spoil.
It's a rough movie, guys.
Yeah.
It's
You're not going to feel great watching
no.
this.
And the movie's
no.
gonna end. You're gonna be like, damn. Like,
Yeah. It's not like overly depressing or
No.
like a sob fest, but
it's
it'll
rough.
make you feel
Yeah.
pretty sad for these characters,
Uh,
especially Ruben.
I love though how it embraces the deaf community
Yes.
and really
They do a really good
shines
job with that.
a great light on them.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't feel
establishing-
Hollywood either, which is nice. It's not like schmaltzy. It's like, this is reality.
Yeah.
This is how people deal and cope with this.
Well,
you
then
know,
they're trying to prove
situation.
that it's like not a handicap.
Exactly,
They're like, we
yeah.
are not handicapped. It's just
Mhm.
living life. 'Cause if you think about it, like, you can still function a pretty normal life,
Yes.
not hearing stuff.
Mhm.
And that's what this movie kind of wants to get people's attention, is that, like, just, you know, not being able to hear doesn't mean you can't communicate, doesn't mean you can do normal things like everybody else can do.
Right.
And they show that in many different ways throughout the movie. But like, I will say, like, I think the second act for me, I feel like the second act loses what the first act was setting up,
Okay.
and then the second act I understand what the second act was for, but then when the third act kicked in, it felt like Act 1 and 3 connected, and 2 is kind of like this. It was like just filler. I felt like, which I enjoyed it, but I just like either like they could have gone the full time with Act 2 and continued, but like I understand the conflict. There's not like really any like you said, like the drama's there, but it's not like, you know, gut wrenching and
Right. And it's also not as hard hitting or nuanced as I kind of wanted it to be.
yeah, it's
Like,
very honestly kind of chill.
It's like like you mentioned the second act, how it doesn't really fit with 1 and 3. I would feel like if he stuck with where he was in the second act and like almost had a choice heading into the third act or something,
Yeah.
or like at the climax or something like that, and he goes a different direction instead of like
I would
being so hard-headed that he's like, fuck everything that I just experienced, I'm gonna go with this.
I don't know if you'd agree, but I feel like the climax of the movie is like the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I think it is. Like I just think like the last like 2 minutes of the movie is the climax.
Oh yeah, and I loved how it ended.
Yeah.
That
like,
was terrific.
It was a really
That final shot is
yeah.
pretty good.
It's really good. Performances are great. The sound design is definitely important in this movie.
Yes.
It makes you appreciate sound if you are able to, you know, hear it. And
Right.
so, and then they use it in the right moments to cut it away.
Mhm.
And overall, I enjoyed it. It's just I don't know if I'd rewatch it.
Right.
Like based on performances, they're really good, and I enjoyed the story enough where I probably would maybe rewatch it if like somebody hadn't seen it and they were like, "Hey, you want to watch this?" And I'd be like, "Sure, I'll watch it
Yeah,
again."
exactly.
But I don't know if I could just sit down and watch it again.
Yeah. I think if the Academy were ever to like actually care about who they
No.
who they nominate for their awards and like the purpose of their stuff, this would just be such an easy nomination to give for like their now new sound award, best sound, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was terrific. I thought there was some really great like shots that are established like very early on, and then once the plot kicks in, those same shots happen with a little less ambiance. I'll
Mhm.
put it that way. And I thought that was pretty. It's a little obvious, but it's done well, you know, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I thought there's just like plenty of moments of really brilliant stuff,
Mhm.
but overall, you look at it and you're like, damn, this could have been just a little bit better, and maybe it would have been better if it was just shorter. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, overall, I'd probably give it like a B minus.
B minus. Sorry, my throat's like.
Yeah, you're like tearing
I
up,
like
dude.
caught something in my throat. And it's like I just need water.
Can you
so we're
catch these? Can you catch the camera? Can you get these eye drops? He's tearing up,
This-
man.
This film's
And
just
the
really-
Oscar goes to.
really affected me, man. You know. But yeah, I don't know. My throat's killing me. But I give it a decent 8 out of 10. I would probably watch it again. Probably not anytime soon, but yeah, I would recommend it to anyone that could stomach some like harder watch. you
Yeah.
know. Like it's not a very fun movie. You kind of, unless your family's cool, you probably don't want to watch this with your family. You know.
Pretty
so.
much. It's on Amazon Prime, like we said
Yep.
earlier. So if you have Prime, go
Anyone
ahead
can
and
watch
watch
it with Prime.
Yeah.
I don't think it has a theater run anymore, but
No, but I mean, it's probably available to rent too if it's on Amazon Prime.
Yep.
So you can.
shout out
rent
to
it.
Amazon
Yeah.
original film.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So there you go, guys. This and Wolfwalkers are probably the last movies we'll
see
watch
together.
together
Mhm.
this year. We're both going home
Don't
for the
worry.
holidays.
We'll try to watch a few more. Get enough
But,
for the final list.
Look out, for our top 10 of the later half and then top 10 of the entire year.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna look a lot different than previous years. Not as many.
In terms of depth, yeah.
No, no Time to Die Hard movies or No Time to Die. I mean,
All right. Yeah.
I thought I
exactly.
definitely thought that was gonna be in my top 10, but
Yeah, Dune.
Dune definitely would have been in my top 10
Tenet if it were good.
if it was good. We saw that wasn't good, but so yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited that it's a lot of. I look at my list now, like all the movies I've seen. I've almost seen 50 this year,
Right.
and it's like there's a good clump of movies that I probably wouldn't have seen at all if.
Yeah, so this
COVID.
opens the door for maybe us checking out some smaller stuff on streaming down the road,
Yeah.
depending on the state of theaters, which you could also, check out our last podcast for that. So.
That's true. But yeah, without further ado, guys, this has been Andrew. Peace.